So today we are going to learn how to use our calculators to graph equations, to graph functions, so that we can make graphs and we can make tables and we can find answers mostly to things we don't even know that we want. So I have an equation, y equals 2x plus 1. It is in slope-intercept form, mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. And I'm going to go ahead and put that in my calculator in the special place that we have, and it's called the y equals button. So the first thing we do is turn on our calculator. And we'll know that we're on because I will have that. If you have anything on the screen, just go ahead and clear it. I need y equals. And it's really cool because if you look all over your calculator, there's a lot of different words, but this one's perfect. It just says y equals. So I will push that button. You will notice that the plot 1, the plot 2, and the plot 3 are not dark. That is important because that is a different step for other things. We do not want them to be having a black circle, a black rectangle behind them. So I'm at y equals. And I'm just going to put this in. I'm going to push 2. See the alpha button that is green? That is the X button. 2x. I didn't push the green button. I simply pushed the button beside it. Plus 1. And the cool thing about this is when you were in 7th grade, your teacher might have said, make a table. So she said, use these values. So when x was negative 2, I had to do 2 times negative 2 plus 1. I discovered it was 3. When x was negative 1, 2 times negative 1 plus 1, turns out it's negative 1. When x is 0, 2 times 0 plus 1 is 1. By the way, that is the y-intercept. This is your b. When x is 1, 2 times 1 plus 1 is 3. When x is 2, 2 times 2 plus 1 is 5. And I can do any number in the world by substituting. But what if I need to know a bunch of numbers and I don't feel like substituting? What if I need to just know what the graph looks like? So we have methods to make that happen. So this button right here is my graph button. When I push that, it generates a graph. And I can see on this graph, this looks like it's going through the origin. I know it is not, because on the table, it's not 0, 0. And to go through the origin, it would only be y equals 2x, and it clearly is not. It is y equals 2x plus 1. So the graph is not the best way to find points, but it gives us an indication of what our graph ought to look like, how steep it should be, things like that. Above the word graph in blue is the word table. This is the blue key. So when I push this key, I get that little arrow that goes up. That tells me that whatever key I push, it's going to do what's on top of it in blue. So I want to see a table. I want to look at this table. Well, there is my table. There's when x is negative 2, y is negative 3. When x is negative 1, y is negative 1. When x is 0, y is 1. When x is 1, y is 3. When x is 2, y is 5. And I can go forever. I've never gotten to the end. I've never had the desire to finish it off. But I'm fairly certain it goes for a very long ways. Now, when I'm here, look what has happened. I can go this way forever, ever. But if I am on the y column, I get stuck there, and it just shows me my equation again. That's the way that I don't have to go back. I could be like, wait, where's my equation? What's happening? Well, it's right there. But if I want to go all the way back to my negatives, because right now I'm at 25, 24, 23. So I want to know when x is negative 40, what will y be? So I'm going to go backwards until x is negative 40. Oh, I skipped it. I will just go back again. And there I am. When x is negative 40, y is negative 79. And that's probably true because 2 times negative 40 is negative 80, and negative 80 plus 1 would in fact be negative 79. This takes care of doing all the math for you, and it is really awesome. And it simply starts with that button, the y equals button.